The Russo brothers are teasing us again. They're a bunch of teasers. I don't know if you saw it yet on the old social medias, but they put out a video that's teasing Doomsday. And so I was going to make a video on it. But truthfully, it's really late here, and Cosmic Wonder can make a better video than I ever could. So I'm just going to let him do all the talking. I'll share my reactions, and we'll just get on with it. Here we go.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Cosmic Wonder. The Russo brothers have teased another, not photo this time, but a cryptic video. This one is more upfront, though, compared to the last photo.
By the way, on this one, my quick prediction, so you can come back here in like a year and say that I was right, is that this is going to be three A's right here. So it's going to be Avengers is split up into three movies. It's going to be Secret Wars. There's going to be Doomsday, Secret Wars Part 1, Secret Wars Part 2. It's my prediction.
That we got for Avengers Doomsday. That said, look hard. With that photo, we weren't 100% sure what we were supposed to look for. However, this video clearly has things that the Russos are trying to show, specifically focusing on Iron Man, Doctor Doom, and the Fantastic Four.
And this is in their production studio. AGRO, I have no idea what it means. I'm not even sure they do. They probably just picked 4 letters out of the alphabet and threw it on. So let's call
a lot
it that.
to dive into with this video, and if you're new and you love Marvel, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on any of the latest Marvel
subscribe
videos.
To him,
subscribe
to me.
This video that you can see right here is coming from the official TikTok account of AGRO Films, which is the company that the Russo brothers own. Now, we're not going to play the music with the video because it's 2 incredibly popular songs that I'm sure we'd get copyrighted for if we did play them. But one of the songs is by 4 Non-Blondes, What's Going On, or What's Up, an incredibly popular song. And the other one is the remix of Bees in the Trap by Nicki Minaj. And I'm sure the lyrics have meaning here for this video, but we'll get to that in a bit. As you can see in the video, one of the persons in here, which we assume are workers for AGRO, as this is their workspace, it seems, one of them has an Iron Man mask, and the other has a Doom mask. Clearly teasing that there is indeed going to be a connection between Doctor Doom and Iron Man. Now, the Russo brothers have come out and already confirmed that the ending of Avengers Doomsday, Tony Stark's snap, will connect deeply to what the story for Avengers Doomsday is. Also, Robert Downey Jr. on his Instagram account,
Oh, we got some costumes in the back here. You got Sue Storm. That looks like the Doom suit jacket thingy that he was wearing when they announced it. You got little Franklin down here, dude. his hair looks like an 80s rock band wig.
Of times now has teased some type of relationship between Doctor Doom and Iron Man. In fact, he once showed us before comics that he was reading that had Doom going up against Iron Man. And while I do expect an Iron Man variant to show up in Avengers Doomsday, and I do expect him to be played by Robert Downey Jr., but
you know, I actually haven't thought about that. Just an Iron Man variant showing up to like fight Doom. I don't know why I haven't thought about that yet. That'd be pretty sick.
I don't think this is going to be the main focus or even one of the main focuses of the movie. I think it's more about the connection between an Iron Man variant, a Tony Stark variant, and a Victor Von Doom variant. And we've heard a really cool plot leak recently that actually had a pretty good explanation of how Robert Downey Jr.'s Tony Stark from the main Earth 616 universe, who died in Avengers Endgame, and Victor Von Doom are actually connected. And there is another big part of this video that we're about to get to that does involve the Fantastic Four as well. But going over what the plot leak said about how Tony and Victor are connected, it involves Kang. A few insiders now have actually stated that this is what Marvel Studios has been planning to do, and what they originally had planned for the story of Kang. And what they say is that He Who Remains, a variant of Kang, rewrote the history of the Earth 616 universe, which is our main MCU timeline. He did this to hide the truth of the multiverse, including transforming Victor Von Doom, aka Doctor Doom, into Tony Stark. And he reshaped major events of that universe to prepare for a future multiversal battle. And he did this because he considered Victor Von Doom too dangerous, so he rewrote him in this timeline into Tony Stark, having the same mind but a new life and an altered identity.
So basically he's saying that Tony Stark was Doom, but but he rewrote Tony Stark because Doom was too much of a psychopath, too dangerous. So then he made it Tony Stark less of a psychopath. I think that's what he's saying.
And reportedly, Kang did all of this not to actually end the multiversal war, but to prepare for a bigger war that is coming with the Council of Kangs who kicked him out and betrayed him. But a multiversal variant of Doctor Doom, so not the exact same one from the 616 universe that was Tony Stark, figures out what Kang did, and basically, he's pissed. So his plan is to rewrite the true history of the multiverse, which is why he wants Franklin Richards, which is actually teased in this video from AGBO, which is a big tease, and we'll break that down. But first,
thank you to Foundation Galactic Frontier for sponsoring this video. If you are into space,
thank you, Foundation, but we're going to move on past
Asimov's Foundation, you'll want to check this one out. This is the first.
Now the next part, as you can see in this video, as the camera rotates in the back, we can actually see, if you look very closely, you can see the green, Doctor Doom. They make sure not to show the entire thing.
Oh, I just put it together. What interesting. So if they meant to put them back there, yeah, I think I know where this is going.
This is obviously going to be a costume that Doctor Doom is going to wear in the movie, but they show Doctor Doom with Sue Storm to our left,
wonder
his
who
right,
that is to the right.
and Franklin Richards to our right, his left. And what's really interesting about this is they are basically now confirming a piece of leaked concept art that we got before that showed Doom on his throne as God Emperor Doom with
Strange,
Sue Storm and Franklin Richards next to him. They are basically confirming that is going to happen. And at the same time...
So when this leaked concept art came out, what was that? 7 months ago or something. You know, Marvel obviously said that it wasn't real, but I'm pretty sure it was real. In this, it's Sue is probably his wife, and Franklin's son, and Doctor Strange is like his sheriff guy, which I'm sure Cosmic Wonder will get into it. But yeah, that might have just confirmed it.
They're also confirming that Doctor Strange is going to be on his other side, basically telling us that they are indeed going to take a huge page from the 2015 Secret Wars, where Doctor Strange, or Sheriff Strange, is his right-hand man and basically kind of controls the police force that Doom is over. And it looks like it's telling us that Doom is going to take the family of Reed Richards, which is what happens in the comics. Doom is married to Sue Storm, and their kids are Franklin and Valeria. Now, Valeria isn't born yet, at least not to our knowledge. She could be hiding behind these people, and we just can't see it. She could be next to Franklin, but probably not because she'd be just a baby. And as we have learned from the Fantastic Four First Steps, and the Fantastic Four First Steps' post-credit scene, and also some leaks, Franklin is really the important piece here, and is who Doom wants. Now, some recent leaks have said that...
I feel like the key in this upcoming movie is going to be Loki and Franklin. I don't know which one, or maybe both, but I feel like they're going to be central to this upcoming Doomsday.
Doom wants Franklin so he can restore the multiverse to how it was originally supposed to be before He Who Remains altered it. But considering what we are seeing here, and considering that this is basically confirming that leaked concept art, we pretty much now know that Avengers Doomsday will indeed end with the destruction of...
It's too bad that this wasn't like a shoulder of Doctor Strange, because then it'd be 100% confirmed. But I think that they're think he's onto something.
Multiverse, and it does seem like this confirms Doom will create Battleworld, and he will rule over it. And this is where all of the talk of him being a villain and a hero come into play. Because the multiverse is getting destroyed. The incursions are happening, and it's about to come to an end. So it sounds like Doom wants Franklin to actually restore the multiverse, which would in turn keep it from being destroyed. So he is actually trying to save it, and he's actually trying to restore it to how it originally was, which...
So he's got some altruistic Thanos type of ambitions, you know? He's maybe not all bad. That's the type of villains I like, except for the Joker. I want the Joker to be psychopathic, but I like a villain that's multifaceted.
Can be perceived as Doom being the hero. However, it ultimately seems like, in the end, that's not really an option, and the only option that is left is what happens in the comics. They can only do one thing, save one thing, save one universe, one planet, Battleworld, and Doom is the person to do that. Now, Doom in the comics does that by stealing the power of the Beyonders via Molecule Man, but he doesn't have that, and Marvel did tease the Beyonder recently. But what makes the most sense, and especially with this tease that we got here, is that he uses Franklin to do this. Franklin is one of the most powerful characters to ever come from Marvel Comics, and he has the ability to create pocket universes. In fact, at the end of the 2015 Secret War story, they use those pocket dimensions, those pocket universes that he creates to restore the multiverse at the end with the help of Molecule Man and, of course, Reed Richards. So I think they're taking many pages from the 2015 Secret War story and just altering them a little bit. Somehow Doom uses the powers of Franklin Richards and saves one universe, one planet.
You already know there's going to be so many people that want comics to be adapted exactly how they are in the comics onto the screen that are going to be peeved if they don't use Molecule Man. But screw them. Can't do an exact adaptation.
He makes it Battleworld and he rules over it. And I think that's pretty much confirmed here after this tease. And basically the lyrics, I think, point to Doom being just the most powerful variant of all. If you look at the Nicki Minaj lyrics, which we won't say, but they're basically saying, nobody else can tell me anything. Nobody else is bigger than me. No one's more powerful than me. And that is the Doom side that is saying that. The music plays for that when we see Doom. The other side, Iron Man, is, hey, what's going on? In which, if everything we heard about what happened to Tony Stark, him basically being a Victor Von Doom variant, but just altered, then yeah, that would be an appropriate question to ask. But go ahead and let me know what you think about all of this in the comments down below. Please don't forget to like this video and subscribe.
Let me know what you think in the comments below as well. Hey, look, if they're doing that, I'm on board. I'm down. And if they're bringing back, and this is something I hadn't even really thought of, is bringing back Tony Stark to actually fight Doom, which is also like a variant Tony Stark in his own way. But that could be cool. I like the idea of Sue Storm being his wife. It just makes it intriguing. It gets Reed Richards directly involved, kind of like it did in the comics. And then utilizing Franklin kind of as the key. I dig that. And I think that's probably true. So anyway, let me know your thoughts below. If you haven't yet, like the video and also subscribe, as that really helps the channel. And we scour the internet to bring you the most up-to-date news stories as well as cool, interesting videos. So yeah, that's it.